I averaged over 135% as an SDR. Never missed my number, then became the youngest AE at Revolut in 11 months. And I've coached over 250 sellers to hit their number. But the harsh reality is most SDRs just won't make it in 2025. Most people in tech will never get promoted and never hit their number. They'll burn out, misquote, and just get replaced by people who actually know how to build pipelines. So in this video, I'm just going to break down four like brutally honest truth of as to why most reps fail and what you need to start doing to stand out this year to make more commission and get those promotions. So the first thing is understanding you need to be at a company where you can grow. This is one of the biggest mistakes I see with reps that I coach directly. So a lot of SDRs come to me and they say, "Oh, I'm an SDR, but I don't have a sales leader. There's no sales process. We don't have much product market fit, and I'm put on a new product, and we've never sold it before." And I'm just like, "You're not an SDR. You're a founding SDR, and they are two completely different roles, right?" So let me just explain this. So an SDR is just a sales development representative. A founding SDR is a founding sales development representative, where it's their job to launch a new range, right? Or a new product or a new vertical, a new market, etc. Or maybe they're just the first sales hire for the company. And to be a founding SDR is so much harder than an SDR, right? Because if you're an SDR, let's say you go to a big established company like Deal, recently crossed 1 billion ARR, hiring people across the world constantly. If you go there, you have great product market fit, you have a clear path to promotion, you have amazing leadership, you have good brand awareness. Like you have so many benefits that make your life easier. When you pick up the phone and you're calling from Deal, people have heard of you. Like it's easier to have conversations. So if you're a company like a startup, understand that you don't have brand awareness. You're not going to have inbound leads. You're probably not even going to have a sales leader because it's just the CEO being like, "I'll hire salespeople, they'll sell," and just expect you to do it all, right? So if you're going to be a founding SDR, I would only recommend it if you've been an SDR for multiple years and you have a process in place. Because I always say this to the founding SDRs I coach, but you're like a mini VP of sales. You're building the outbound process from scratch. You're figuring out who your ICP is, which personas you sell to, which verticals, like you're doing the discovery phase. So it's a lot harder. And a lot of these companies hire people who are very junior because it's cheaper, to be completely honest. Like it's cheaper to hire someone fresh out of college who's never been a rep, like their first SDR role, than it is to hire a seasoned rep who's been in the game a few years, is incredible. Because again, it's cheaper. So the company thinks from a pure cost perspective, what's cheapest to me? And that's why they'll bring you in. So understand that you should always aim to find a company that has these things. Great product market fit. They've already sold to people. They already have an established customer base and good social proof. They have a good promotion path, like a clear way for you to get promoted, clear accelerators, clear structure for what you need to do. And then the third thing is just an outbound process. Like, is there a sales leader there? Is there a process for how they approach it that you can just learn and build on? Or are you going to be building it from scratch? So again, most reps don't fail because of their own skill. Is due to the company. Like your company can make or break your career. I was extremely lucky. My first SDR role, I was a founding SDR, but I was able to make it work. If I would have gone to like a Salesforce or a Deal, it would have been a lot easier. So look for a company that will help you. The second thing ties into one of the things I just said there, which is no system equals no numbers. Like a system is everything to hitting your number consistently. As an SDR, like it's not about 1 month hitting your number because you're targeted every single month on booking meetings. You're targeted over the quarter. You're targeted over the entire year. And if you just want to make commission or let's say get promoted to AE, you need to show this consistency. And the only way to get consistent output is to maintain a consistent input. So the top reps, the ones who don't fail, have a system. The ones who are failing just wing it. Like they do every call different, every day looks different. Some emails here, and it's just constant changing. And there's a phrase from Seneca which I love, which is life without structure is chaos. If you just approach everything differently, you will never get consistency because your actions aren't consistent. It makes no sense. It's illogical. So what we need to do is understand your numbers, your reply rates on cold emails, your positive reply rate, your meetings booked, your click rate on cold emails. And we can reverse engineer to figure out how many emails you need to send to book the amount of meetings. We need to do the same for cold calling. How many dials are you making? What's your connect rate? What's your connect to conversation rate? What's your conversation to meeting rate? How many meetings do you want to book? Because then again, you have an input goal. And one big thing that I would say is the top reps, the ones who don't fail, have a structure with their calendar. Um, if you don't block your time and control it, somebody else will. Whether that's internal meetings, whether that's you getting distracted on Slack, like whatever it is, your attention will get pulled if you don't control it. So what you need to do is set up a calendar that supports you to your goal of booking more meetings. So Again, in the morning, I'd have a 1 hour call block, followed by 1 hour prospecting, adding people to sequence, followed by 1 hour LinkedIn block, sending messages, then a lunch, like whatever works for you, you need to block your time to maintain consistency. And you may be saying, Aaron, well, sometimes my manager throws random meetings in, or sometimes I have to go to events. And if you're in that situation, it's fine. You don't have to have an 8 hour exact what you're going to do every second of the day. But what I say to everyone I coach is have non-negotiables. So this is what you do no matter what. And the non-negotiables are the things that move you closer to your goal. So if your goal is booking more meetings, this is making cold calls, finding new prospects, adding them to sequence, sending LinkedIn messages, doing follow-ups, but follow-ups is the sequence. Like that's it. It's just doing outbound. So you should have at least 3 hours a day of non-negotiables. Again, minimum 1 hour call block, 1 hour prospecting block, 1 hour adding to sequence follow-up. Like if you do that every single day, that will move you closer to your goal. Don't let it get taken away. Have your non-negotiables. The third thing is the reps who fail, they don't fight for their role. And let me explain what I mean by this. So when you're an SDR, right, your AE will be like, oh, go source me this lead, or your manager will be like, oh, go do this, right? But you have to understand that your incentive is very different to your account executive, right? So if your AE, and this happens so much where an SDR comes to me, they're like, oh, my AE said they want to book a meeting with Nike, Deal, and these other five, multi-billion dollar companies. And then I say to them, okay, but just so I understand, what do you get paid on as a rep? Do you get paid on the size of the deal, or do you get paid on the quantity of meetings booked? 9 times out of 10, they're like, oh, quantity, I get paid the same. And it just becomes a thought process of why would you go after these massive companies, these super big ones, which ultimately benefits your AE because they're incentivized to get bigger companies, bigger deals. You're incentivized for quantity and volume of meeting booked. So like optimize for your numbers and fight for your role. So what I say to reps is say to your AE, look, I'll spend some time on some of these, but my goal is to book a good amount of quality, a high number quantity of quality meetings for your calendar. So I'm going to go after these people to get enough volume in for you. Of course, I'll go after the big ones and get some whales, but my goal is to get consistently this many meetings a month. Then your AE's bought in. Because as an AE, you need coverage, you need pipeline coverage. So if you're getting the volume for the coverage and a few whales to bump it up, it's a win-win for both sides. But you as a rep, then you're not stressed thinking, oh, I have to book 3 meetings and my AE's only giving me 10 accounts, right? Which happened with someone I was coaching yesterday. A girl I was coaching, she said, I want to book 4 outbound meetings a month. She's doing enterprise. And I said, okay, great. How many accounts are you working? She said, I'm working 3 accounts. And I sat there and I said, okay, you're working 3. Is that your total book of business? Or she said, no, 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 that's just the 3 my A's told me to book meetings with. So I said, okay. So what's your total book of business? Then she said, like, over 300, right? So I said, okay. So you want to book 4 meetings and you're working 3 accounts. She said, yes. I said, can you see what I'm probably going to say? Like, it's like, it doesn't work. Like, you need coverage because it's like a funnel. You need to reach out to enough people. Some will not respond. Some will maybe be interested. Some will book meetings. So as it comes down, you need to pour in enough at the top to get to the 4. If you put in 3 and it's impossible to get 4, right? Like we just need to focus on numbers. So I told her, fight for your role. Say to your A, look, I'm going to work these accounts, these 3, what you are like your top 1 accounts. But have this process where I'm going to go after these people who've downloaded resources and use that as intended. And then an A was bought in and now we have a plan, right? So fight for your role. Don't be afraid to stand up for yourself. And the fourth thing is think like a business owner. When I was an SDR, I was thinking like, how can I, if I was a business owner at this company, like what would I do? And I was like, I would have a system. I would focus on consistency. I would just apply myself as if I'm owning the business, right? So treat it like your own mini outbound agency. Like you're paid for the amount of meetings you book 9 times out of 10. Some people, again, I know that's different, where maybe slightly different, but most of the time it's paid for meetings booked. So you should be thinking, if you could optimize for more meetings booked, you get paid more. And figure out your why. It may not just be the commission, it may be you want to get promoted, you want to save up for your first house deposit, whatever it is. And then just optimize for that result. Like just attack it. But you are a CEO. This is why I love sales so much. It's your mini business. It's like a franchise in a way. Like you're your own company in this big company booking meetings. So track your pipeline, look at your numbers. Imagine you're an agency doing this for the company. Like, what would the detail you'd put in? How much effort would you put in to make sure you get these results? Like, that is the thought process you need to take into it. If you just turn up going through the motions every day, it's natural that you're going to fail. If you treat it as if this is everything, this is your business, this is your responsibility, that is what separates you. That is what will take you to the top. So again, like these are the 4 problems I see. Again, just to rehash, like people going for the wrong companies, just going for founding companies because they hire anyone. People not having a system, just guessing every single day. People not fighting for the role, just laying down, getting told what to do from their AEs. And the fourth one, they don't treat it like a business owner. They just turn up, right, and just do the role. So succeeding in 2025, it's not just about effort. It's about working smarter. It's about structure and really applying yourself. And again, getting that structure can be hard, especially if you're first SDR or second SDR and you haven't done it before. So, of course, like if you want my support building this system, having someone to help mentor you to get there, feel free to book a call with the link in the description. We'll talk about Outbound OS, see if it's a fit for you, and we can go from there. But hope you keep crushing it. Hopefully, this video is useful. And again, let me know what you think in the comments. Like, if you have thoughts on this, if you want to see anything else, let me know, and I'll get making.